Cool. So I'm going to start, I think the purpose that we're here for is to help you guys turn an idea into a roadmap for a business. And the thing that I'd like to zoom back out on first before we even talk about businesses and what to do and how to start them and all that is the idea. Really, which ideas are worth turning into businesses, because many of them are not, as you might imagine. And I've come up with sort of a rule of three. Threes are easy to process. And really, I'll go through them very quickly before we get into sort of the meat of what we're here to talk about. And my first rule is really there's no easy businesses. There's a sense, particularly people who don't start businesses, that you can find something that is relatively fast, it'll make you a lot of money, you don't have to put a lot of work into it, it's not going to stress you out. I'm really here to say that that's not the case, and I've seen many, many different opportunities from all different perspectives. There is no free lunch, and businesses, of course, they have their different nuances, but definitely they take longer, they take a lot more money out of you, and they really are as emotionally draining, irrespective of if you're running a 7-Eleven, or you're franchising a McDonald's, or you're starting a consumer internet company. It is incredibly engaging, no matter what it is. And I looked at some of the speakers that you've had here in the last few weeks, and it's great to share sort of the same hallowed ground as them. But even though we speak different languages, I bet you if you put us in a room together, within 5-6 minutes, we'd all be saying, yeah, I went through this stage, and it was terrible, and this was really fun. And we'd basically have a common ground. Every business is an extreme challenge. Rule 2. The basics that you learn in a business school or business school class of what a good business is, right? The good business model and the core team, the technology, those are wonderful. And in fact, you need them, right? But I like to say they're necessary, but they're not sufficient. And what that really means is, sorry for jumping ahead, but what that really means is you will need those things to build a business, but there's something lacking. Like if you just had that checklist of, hey, this looks great on a textbook environment, you may still very well not have a successful business in the end because of number 3. And really, this one is sort of the touchy-feely side of things that I feel our company really represents well, and I hope to get that across to you. You really have to be in love with your idea, passionately, emotionally engaged to it. And this isn't, again, being enamored with, hey, I found this really cool patent and no one else knows about this and I'm going to build a cool company around that. It's not at that point. You actually have to really care from the bottom of your heart. And it really boils down to, I think, 2 reasons why, right? The first one is opportunity cost, and it was my first slide. Every business is hard, right? So inherently, if you do one, you're not doing another. So you should really put that time and energy into something you really care about. And the second one is the more insidious one. It kind of creeps up on you as you get into it, 6 months, a year and a half. I really find the metaphor of marriage to be incredibly appropriate. You are absolutely getting into a relationship with whatever idea you turn into a business or attempt to turn into a business. And just like a good marriage and a good relationship, there's ups and downs, there's sickness and health. And the ones that succeed are the ones where you really have a deep, undying affection for that person and a respect. And you can see the parallels so cleanly as you start to get involved deeper and deeper into a business. So with that rule of 3, I want to actually step back and talk about how I came up with Ken Joya. And you'll apologize for the dry air is getting to me.